Welcome back to another cake pop video. Today I'm going to be showing you what I do when I have dry cake. Okay, so I started by mixing in a thing of melted white chocolate, and at this point I realized that this cake was going to be very stubborn, and I ended up adding 2 more things of white chocolate before it finally got to the doughy consistency that I needed. There's never going to be any measurements for cake pops because every cake is different, and that's why I don't have a recipe, just a tutorial. Anyways, I've gotten a lot of questions on why cake pops fall off the stick, so I'm gonna give you a few tips. Number 1, you didn't add enough chocolate to the cake pop stick before sticking it in the cake pop. Number 2, your chocolate is too thick and you need to add more oil to the chocolate to thin it out. Number 3, your cake pops are not chilled long enough before dipping them. Number 4, you have way too much cake on the stick or your sticks are too small. Number 5, you're holding the cake pop upside down for way too long. And lastly, number 6, you didn't roll them properly and they start cracking. Anyways, I hope that was helpful, and if you have any questions or recommendations, just comment below or message me. If anyone has seen that Sophia the First cake decorating video on your For You page with the extremely annoying but extremely catchy theme song playing in the background, that is actually not my video, it is my twin sister's. And for all the people who are aware and have been asking for us to do a video together, we actually just did one on her page, and I have the video in the description, so go check it out if you want to. I've gotten a lot of requests to do egg-free recipes, so I scoured the internet looking for a substitution, and I found flax seeds. Anyone with a health nut mom would probably have these, which is why I had them. They look like that. Besides the fact that they look pretty questionable, it actually kind of worked. Anyways, I didn't make these voluntarily. I actually woke up this morning fully prepared to make cosmic brownies, and I realized I didn't have eggs right before I started, and I felt bad asking my neighbors to borrow eggs again. So that's why these are egg-free. Anyways, I hope you enjoy, and the recipe is on my website. Also, since the sprinkles are the best part, I'm going to tell you I found them at Walmart in their baking aisle. These cookies only require 3 ingredients, so I'm going to show you how to make them. You're going to start by wiping your bowl down and your whisk with lemon juice to eliminate any fat residue. Then you're going to add about 4 egg whites and a teaspoon of cream of tartar to your mixing bowl. You're going to want to whisk this on low and make sure not to surpass level 4. Next, you're going to gradually add about half a cup of sugar to your egg white. And once you've mixed in all your sugar, you're going to increase your speed to about 6 or medium. You're going to let these whisk until you get to stiff peaks and then add flavoring. I chose strawberry extract, but you can choose whatever you want. Next, you're going to put them in a piping bag and pipe them out onto a parchment paper lined tray. You can pipe these pretty close together because they will stay in whatever shape you pipe them as. Lastly, you're going to bake them at 200 degrees Fahrenheit for about 90 minutes. Since summer is coming to an end, I'm going to be resharing all of the recipes I made this summer. To start with, a single serving chocolate chip cookie, Crumble Copycat S'more cookies, Frog Sugar cookies, Fluffernutter brownies. For my cake pop tutorial, confetti cake pops, Crumble Copycat chocolate fudge cake cookies, marble cake pops, Crumble Copycat golden Oreo cookies. For the 4th of July, we have patriotic sugar cookies. Then I remade my Oreo birthday kit cookies, my lemon blueberry shortbread bars, and my chocolate chip cookies. Then lemon blackberry crumble copycat cookies, white chocolate macadamia nut cookies, Scooby-Doo snack cookies, which are not for dogs by the way, cosmic brownie cookies, oatmeal chocolate chunk cookies. For all my cinnamon lovers, we have coffee cake cookies, white chocolate brownies, chocolate chunk blondies, and lastly, to end off the summer, we have brownie sundae cookies. For my newest recipe, I made brownie sundae cookies. These are infinity out of 10, one of the best cookies I've ever made in my life, and they now surpass the Vanilla Cupcake cookie. Anyways, not to hate on Crumble or anything, but I am. Their version of this cookie, from what I've heard, has way too dense of a mousse on top, so I made mine super fluffy and basically whipped cream. And if you want to make these, the recipe with full instructions is free on my website, linked in my bio. Okay, so white chocolate brownies and blondies are actually two very different things. Actually, they're not that different, but they're still different. So with a brownie, you have a chocolate additive mixed into the batter, such as cocoa powder or a chocolate bar. However, with blondies, there is no sort of chocolate additive mixed into the batter itself. So they may seem similar, but they're actually two different things. Oh, and as always, the recipe is on my website. Okay, I made a classic. These are soft and chewy, melt in your mouth M&M cookies. If you've ever made my chocolate chip cookies, you would know that they're pretty thin and crispy, and I have to be honest, these are probably a little bit better. Also, if you hear rain in the background, it's because it is pouring outside right now. Also, tell me I'm wrong, but mini M&Ms are just way better, especially like by themselves. But I mean, I use the big M&Ms because I think they're better in cookies.
What's so bad about things being simple? I'm not saying that, like, you know, you never do anything crazy, like you never go on a fun vacation or you never go to a nice dinner. I'm just saying that generally, like 80% of the time, life is just very mundane and boring. And that's not necessarily awful. It doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong if your life is like that. It doesn't mean that your life sucks. Once I accepted that I enjoy having a more simple life, I actually enjoy it a lot more. Till I drive you away.
Okay, so I wanted something cinnamon, so I decided to make a coffee cake cookie with brown sugar filling. Also, something pretty cool that happened when I was making these cookies was I actually got a double yolk, which is rare and apparently a sign of good luck. And after I made these, I realized they looked very similar to another creator's coffee cake cookies. I'll tag her below, and I promise you my recipe is completely original and I wasn't trying to copy her in any way. Moving on, according to TikTok analytics, people seem to like my tutorial videos a lot. So let me know what kind of tutorials I should make in the future. And as always, the recipe is linked in my bio, and if you can't see it, it's on identicalrecipes.com. Crumble's lemon blackberry cookie got amazing reviews, so obviously I had to make them. Compared to Crumble's, mine have a few differences. For example, I strained out the seeds of the blackberries because who wants seeds in their cookie? Oh, the camera fell right there. Anyways, these cookies had a lemon base with blackberry frosting. In my personal opinion, I think blackberries are, how would you say, nauseating, because I am not a fan of fruit on desserts. However, the frosting had a very subtle blackberry flavor to it, so even if you don't like fruity cookies, these are still a must. And I personally wouldn't choose to have a lemon dessert, but something about the lemon base on these cookies was just incredible. By the way, recipe is in my bio. One of Crumble's best cookies, the Mallow Cupcake, just left this week's lineup, so of course I had to recreate it. Normally, chilled cookies lie below warm cookies on the rankings. However, these chilled Mallow Cupcake cookies definitely surpass any warm cookies I have ever tasted in my life. If you've never tried this cookie, it is a chocolate brownie base with whipped marshmallow frosting and topped with chocolate ganache. I know I said that the Oreo birthday cake cookies were my favorites. However, these definitely top that. They are just amazing. I'd also like to give a huge welcome and thank you to all of my new followers. The recipe is linked in my bio, and if you can't see it, it's on identicalrecipes.com. So I've been tagged in a lot of videos of people trying to copy my recipes, and sometimes they don't turn out very close to what mine look like at all, and that's fine. I remade my chocolate chip cookie recipe, and these turned out way different than my original video. I have the original video linked below if you want to check it out, but this just proves that they won't turn out the exact same every single time. So I finally made cosmic brownie cookies. I originally made these with a cookie base, but then I switched it to a brownie base, and they are so good. The recipe with full instructions is linked in my bio. I've gotten a couple emails about the link not popping up in my bio, and I'm not sure if that's an age restriction thing, but it should be the black link in my bio, and if it's not there, my website is called identicalrecipes.com. Please email me if that's happening to you, or message me on TikTok. I have my messages open because I'd like to know if I need to change something. Anyways, I hope you like these, and let me know if you make them. This account just reached 400,000 followers, which is beyond comprehension. And I'd just like to say I am so grateful for every single last one of you. Anyways, this is like a sort of behind the scenes video, so ignore me awkwardly staring at the camera. For a brief overview, I am making Oreo birthday cake cookies, which is one of my favorite recipes that I've made. And if you want the recipe, the link is in my bio. Moving on, I'd like to answer a few questions that you guys asked in my comments. Number 1, have I ever thought about selling? Long story short, I used to sell, but then I got reported. Question 2, what do I do with all the stuff I make? I usually just give it away to friends and family. Question 3, how is everything so clean when I bake? Well, I simply push everything to the side because a mess is inevitable. Question 4, how do I come up with my recipes? I have a simple cookie vanilla based recipe that I alter to fit whatever cookie I'm making. And lastly, question 5, do I make money? So TikTok does not pay me, but I do make money from other platforms such as Pinterest and hopefully soon my blog. Welcome back. Today I'm making July 4th sugar cookies, and as always the recipe is linked in my bio. And for all of you who do not celebrate July 4th, you can replace the patriotic sprinkles with like confetti sprinklers or something, and you'll just have a basic delicious sugar cookie. Anyways, I'm running out of sound ideas, so I'm probably going to do more voiceovers. So if you could, please comment voiceover ideas. It can even be the most irrelevant topics. And speaking of irrelevant, I just broke my favorite black whisk that I use in every single one of my videos in the last hour, so now I have to buy another one.
Circle somewhere else. Shook the best when your love was home, storing up on your summer glow. You went in search of someone else.
Some say the world will end in fire. Some say in ice. From what I've tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire.
You have a choice. I didn't. None of us did, but you do, and you're choosing wrong.
When you're turning